My name is Ryan Cummings. I'm a Pfeiffer University alumni, graduate of 2018, where I actually played on the men's lacrosse team here. I'm joined with head coach Tucker Nelson, who's also the director of lacrosse for Pfeiffer University. That's a new title of his. We're going to talk about, Coach Nelson's career and talk about the optimism and future outlook of the program. Talk to me. How did you get into coaching?
Well, I was fortunate, obviously growing up, my father was a college coach. He was the head coach at Nazareth College, Brown, Marist, and actually coached me at Binghamton. I was a coach here for a short time. So it was natural, it was something I grew up going to the games, watching my father coach. And it was something that I had a lot of aspiration to get into coaching because of my father.
And so I want to talk about, because I'm someone that I came and was part of this transition from Division II to Division III, and that's the time that you came. So I'm curious, I want to hear, if you could talk about the growth of the program since you've been here, now that you've been here for quite a while.
Yeah, when I first got here, we had 17 guys. It was interesting to say the least. We had our backup goalie on the wing at faceoffs. He had to wear his goalie chest or throat guard while he was on the faceoff wing. So it was interesting for sure. But now we're at 60 guys. We've grown into a pretty good program. Won the conference 3 of the last 4 years. I think a lot of it's alumni engagement. Guys sticking around, guys that were there at the beginning, just being tough. Being gritty, guys like you, Jared, Alex Skidmore, a lot of guys that just were really tough and banded together to keep it together during a tough time. And, we got to this point where, it's kind of running itself almost.
A week ago, I came on campus for the first team meeting and got to listen in on that. And you had talked about, some of the goals and objectives for the program this year. And one of the ones you had up on the board was national championship. And that really stuck out to me because one, I think that speaks to the growth of the program, how far that this program has come in the last, 7 or 8 years. And I just wanted to kind of, get your thoughts, talk to me more about, having that as a goal and an objective for this team.
Yeah, we felt that last year winning our first NCAA tournament game ever, that gave us a taste of wanting to, continue to grow. And I think if you set your limit at we want to win one NCAA tournament game or 2 NCAA tournament games, I think you're limiting yourself internally every single day. So while a lot of people are they might laugh that's an unrealistic goal. We think internally we have to set the bar very high because that's got to be a standard for us. My father's head coach at Nazareth, 1986, they started the program. In 1992, they won the national championship. And so, a lot of people are going to say it's unrealistic, and maybe, it is unrealistic, but that's our standard that we want to get to, and we want to continue to grow. At first, it was trying to field a team, try to have 20 guys, and the next one was trying to win the conference, and then the next one was trying to win an NCAA tournament game. And every step of the way, we were told we couldn't do that, and it was unrealistic, and it was unattainable, and so why not?
And so talk to me, what do you think it takes to reach that goal?
It takes a lot of toughness. It takes a lot of discipline, and we talk about our 3 C's of culture, character, and consistency. And I think consistency is the most important of them. If you show up every single day and you're consistent, I think you're going to be the best version of yourself. And that's something that we're trying to hold our coaching staff to the same standard of being consistent, do the work in and out every single day. And I think this team has been the epitome of doing that. They show up at practice every single day. They work really hard, and it's only been 4 days, but we're really optimistic about this group.
Talk to me about your growth as a coach so far.
I've learned a lot in the coaching world. I had a lot of ups and downs. My first coaching year, we were head coaching year, we were 2-4 during the COVID year. I learned a lot about myself. A lot of shortcomings that year, and I think it helped. Facing a lot of adversity last year, especially starting 2-6. I thought, that really I learned a lot about having to deal with adversity and dealing with losing a great faceoff guy like Tucker Hill and having to learn that we're not going to face off at 75%. So and being able to coach both sides of the ball, and a lot of it is becoming a little bit more mature, and I think that's something that's helped me immensely in the coaching world. My first time ever as an assistant coach at SUNY Oneonta, I called the dumbest play ever. We were up 6-5 against Washington College. I called the dumbest play ever. They tied at 6-6 with on an open goal with 20 seconds left and lost in overtime. And I learned right away, I am not as smart as I think I am. And so trying to learn from other coaches, studying a lot of film and being vulnerable, being okay being wrong and owning it, I think that's where the growth is. At first as a coach, you're always right and the players are always wrong. It's actually the opposite way. The players are usually the right ones and you're usually the wrong ones, and you got to continue to grow.
And I'm curious, I'm assuming, your father coached many years and you watched him. Is there any other coaches that would have been kind of either a mentor or had a significant impact on kind of what you've become?
Yeah, there's a lot of them out there that, I like to study a lot of coaches. I like, especially football and basketball coaches. I like to watch, the way way they do their culture and their leadership. And obviously, I love watching guys like Nick Saban and see the culture in which they instill on their guys. Obviously, he's not retired, but Coach, I used to pick Coach Benson's brain a little bit at the head coach at Providence when he was at Johns Hopkins. He was the assistant coach there. But a lot of it's just watching, and reading. I read Coach Bowden's book about faith and leadership, and just a lot of reading and watching the attention and details those programs have.
What would you say? What's been the most rewarding part of coaching?
Seeing the kids smile, taking guys that might not have a great opportunity in life and trying to see them progress into careers, guys that might be first-generation college guys, and the look on their face after they're successful. Seeing them come in and have a A- on a math test, and see how happy they are, and just the reward of them seeing success is definitely the happiest part and the most enjoyable part.
And so, is there a specific moment that you'd say, whether, good or bad, that has had a significant impact on your career to this point?
I think one of the neatest moments was coaching my brother. You don't obviously get that opportunity a lot, but coaching my brother a couple of years ago and winning the conference with him in 2021 in our first year eligible, that was probably one of the neatest moments. Probably one of the hardest moments is seeing kids, injuries, that career-ending injuries, that kind of stuff. That stuff that you just can't replicate. That it stinks. But there's never been a moment that's really been transcendent. I try to stay as even keel, no matter if it's a win or a loss, as possible. So nothing really comes to mind in that aspect.
What is the biggest lesson that you hope that the players that play for you, what do you hope they take away from their time playing for you?
I just want them to be good men. I think, this is a game. It's a great game. It's a fun game to play. It teaches you a lot about life and character. I just want them to be good men. I want them to become good husbands, good fathers, good employers. And that's the one lesson I want to take from them is, I want to lead with, being a good man.
And if you had, one piece of advice you could either give to, a current high school athlete or just a young athlete in general that wants to, one day play college lacrosse, what would you say to them?
Be coachable. Be tough, learn, be vulnerable, as I said before. Be willing to learn from the coaches. Be willing to learn from your mistakes. Don't blame anyone. Take accountability. Sit in the front row of class. Be polite to your professors and, be tough.
Talk to me about the team for this upcoming season. What should we expect?
It's a little bit different team. We brought in a ton of portal guys this summer. We have a good freshman class, and we brought back a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball. So we're excited. We think we have a really competitive face-off room. We brought in 3 guys through the portal in the face-off room, and Elias is back, and he's looked good in practice so far. We think our attack is really dynamic right now. We got a lot of speed on the attack. We're quick. Gignac is, he's excellent in the midfield, and we got a couple other really nice midfield pieces that we're excited about. Just trying to mesh all the pieces together. We're very excited for this team, and we just got to continue to get better every day.
So talk to me about the schedule for this season.
Well, last year we really challenged ourselves with the non-conference, and we're doing the same thing again this year. We got Hampton-Sydney early in the season, and then we have Lynchburg early, right, and back-to-back Saturdays, which is going to be, fun. We got Lake Forest from that was in our pod last season coming in. We're playing them on a Tuesday. We got UMass Boston, DePaul, neutral site in Charleston, which is going to be awesome. We still got Guilford, and they're always really competitive right down the road. We got Oglethorpe right now, so we got a good schedule right now.
And so, as an alumni myself, is there any alumni kind of things going on with games? Anything to look for that?
Well, next Saturday we're doing an inter squad. We're Battle of the Village. I think Tom Mills named it, and so we're gonna have an event at noon next Saturday. Tailgate starting at 10. So we really would love to have the alums come out, support the guys, see the product that we're displaying right now, and then we're going to do something on March 15th against Southern Virginia. We're going to have a little spring homecoming with the guys.
Again, I'm Ryan Cummings. I'm a Pfeiffer University graduate, 2018. This is head coach Tucker Nelson, director of lacrosse here at Pfeiffer University. Coach, thank you.
Thank you. Go Falcons.